Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Welcome everybody to Patch 29, and today we'll go over all the different things that have been included in the game, added to the game, which is honestly quite a bit. This video might run a little bit long, plus there will be editing. We'll see how it goes. We edited that out. So, let's start with everything that's getting introduced. Obviously, there's a new battle pass, and yes, you're finally getting Jaylah. Funny enough, her ability really not changing any much from when it was originally created, now only adding the Franklin A as an option. But as we talked about before, and if you remember being with the channel over a year ago when Franklin was supposed to have Jaylah come out, we always knew it was going to be a swarm-related ability. We just didn't know why it never got pushed. Well, now she's finally coming to the game, and you're going to get a chance to get her thanks to the brand new Battle Pass, as well as why are there Franklin parts? We'll go over that in a second. So we've got that. We've also got the new Officer Research Queue, which I'm going to make a video on that. Honestly, I'm not very happy about the pricing of it. I love the fact that there is a second research, which you can find now right here, but I'm not happy that they made it $20. I just don't get why. Why is that a thing? Anyway, two new officers. We got Epic Jaylah is coming into the game, or actually being released in the game because she's been here for quite some time. But then we've also got a new one, which is a Borg Officer. Now, this Borg Officer is going to help us with our continual grind for all of the cargo size and G3, G4. Now, I've been asking for quite some time when I had my conversations with the dev team that we needed another Stein-like officer. And what does Rev get? Another Stein-like officer. Yes! And that's exactly what you're getting with 2 of 10. With full synergy, you're getting a really nice officer, but an increase to the cargo size by 20%. Synergy obviously is going to jump that up. And then the secondary ability increases the mining rate of both G3 and G4. So a very, very useful officer. If this thing appears in an event store somewhere, you're going to want to grab it. Very, very good officer, 2 of 10. Very excited about that. And then Jaylah, we already looked at. Now, there is a new ship out, and this ship is for level 35 plus, but don't worry, because you're now getting in the battle pass, as you saw, the ability to get the regular Franklin. But the key for me is looking at the Franklin A as an improvement on everything that we've already been doing in terms of making the game more playable long term. You want to talk about improving the game for those who are getting up in level. The Franklin is doing that with the new swarms and the new payouts. So you see it still has the same type of bonus, 35, 100% damage against the swarm ships. Here's your details with the damage per round, 75k, which is obviously very, very low. It is going to be a one-trick pony ship. But the cool thing is you can scrap your maxed Franklin if you've already got one, and then put that into the Franklin A. Swarms. There are also several new refits, and I'm very excited about some of these. Some of these skins actually provide a purpose. You also, for the first time, are getting a projectile that increases something that matters. That's pretty daggum dope. Right here, increasing critical damage by 5%. It's not a lot, but it's literally just a 5% increase. I'll take it. Like, for real. But I'm not going to throw any shade at that. That's freaking awesome. So being able to unlock that, depending on how that goes, getting a 5% increase to damage is going to be pretty nice. And I'm going to definitely be throwing that on like my, well, really all my ships. But you see, I've already got the Photon Pulse and the Fusion Beam, which I did provide some critiques on how I think that the Fusion Beam needs to be resized. It's a little bit too wide and pixelated. And the Pulse Phasers need to be firing more than like 3 very slow shots. But back to the ship skins, you've got 3 new ones here. You've got the Infinitus, which is like this gorgeous gold and silver outlay over the Vidar, which now we're getting a Borg improvement. Look at the beautiful wings there, man. That is like that Romulan style warbird. That is super sexy. This is actually what the warbird itself should look like. Hint, hint. Gladius skin upcoming. But this is a gorgeous layout. I also probably, I don't know, I kind of hate losing the swimming pool, but turns out they took the swimming pool and then they just turned it into pure gold pressed latinum with this nice fiery red skin for the Stella, which is now increasing by a good bit, a 250% bonus to loot for the Eclipse enemies and the armadas. And then finally the USS Terror, which is going to be a Franklin A skin, which kind of like looks like some weird Section 31 thing, really dark and looks similar to the original Franklin, but another bonus increase for armada targets. Yes, there are swarm armadas now, which that's a pretty interesting little add-on to the game. So we're going to have new missions. Obviously, there's new avatars. Let's look at the battle pass and the events. I've already started mine today. Also want to take a quick note that if you are a higher level player, you are getting new dailies now. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you've got a new Swarm Slayer daily. Pretty dope. This one, a little bit harder to compete, but you get the new Swarm Advanced Biotics. We'll show what those do in just a second. Then you also get the new modulators, which you'll need for getting the Franklin A upgraded and then repair speed ups. So now it's even easier to finish your dailies than it was before, which I've got 3 factions, so it's easy for me anyway. But that's really nice. I want to show the refinery real quick, though, just to talk about the payouts. Here's the resources tab. There's our Franklin 2.0 blueprints. So we can turn those in by going Franklin to Franklin A. But look at the difference here. We've got we'll put this on the screen, how much you can actually get with these new ones. But look at the biotics compared to the biominerals. So let's look at the steel. So this is the original, 1 million, and then, 600K. So, I mean, that's not a ton. Still, we'll take it. It's whatever. But now I'll jump into this one. Look at this. Wow. Literally over 100 million par steel. That's awesome. We'll go right over here to the trit real quick. Literally 16 million trit at level 39. And the payouts go up depending on the level that you're at. That is freaking awesome. This is infusing the economy with more resources. That is probably my favorite part of the update, is how they've improved so much of this stuff. I'm excited. Like, I really am about this. Some things I didn't like. Research being $20. Some things I do like. This. Now, the regular events have come back. We've got the battle pass. We've got the threat reduction, which is today's event, which is going with your Vidar or your Franklin out there to work on those things. You see I'm halfway done. And then also Ferengi traders, whoop-de frickin' do. Now, you also now have a Swarm War, which is a new thing. It's a single milestone, an alliance milestone, and a server milestone. So all 3 encouraging more activity across the server. See, I'm already working on mine. This is how you'll get your tickets, because yes, the ticket events have returned. And the payouts, really good. Here's your Swarm Hunt for your alliance, paying out pretty good in terms of dilithium and then gas. And then we got finally the server one, which is going to pay out the independent credits and faction credits that you need. So if you're working on upgrading those ships or officers, now you're getting those. So I really like the payouts initially here with the events as they're starting for this first battle pass. Now this is a new arc. This is the Absolution arc, which is basically just this. I don't even know how to describe it. It's all the secondary stuff that we're usually doing in an arc. So it's the Borg, it's the Stella, it's the Vidar, it's the Franklin, it's all that. So we got new missions, which we'll cover those when we actually get to them. And then finally, your ticket events. Honestly, I can't stand the combat prep and complete research. The only one I think is worth doing is the Separatist attack. That's what I'll be focusing on, is doing the Separatist one. You're ready for combat by defeating powerful hostiles, hunt Separatist hostiles, and Doomsday Worms for bonus points. Yay! That's what I'll be doing. So probably the Separatist bosses, but we'll see how it goes. But once again, paying out a lot of titanium. Not as much maybe crystal as you want, but this is literally a one-day event. You're getting uncommons. I'll live with it. We'll see how that continues. But a lot of really good stuff coming into this one. And then real quick, we'll go over some of the bug fixes. I know some people want to feel hit or miss on that. We'll go over it. But first thing is that they fixed the ability for you to hop alliances to get more helps. To me, this was something that really helped people. So I wasn't really sure I'm cool with that being as a bug fix. This doesn't stop people from doing the territory hopping and controlling territories. That still seems to be something that is a problem. However, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Fix the USS Franklin's impulse speed research, fix a HUD display, visual glitch on New Calgary, TOS Enterprise and USS Constellation having a hole in their model, which I didn't even notice that, so I'll have to go back and look for that. Fix an issue with ship errors, some really basic lighting and engine VFX not appearing in the cosmetics. Remember, those are nacelles, not impulse engines, Scopely. Then you see some of the display fixes. So there are a few different bug fixes, but a lot of new content in this one. And hopefully you like it. I like a lot of the content and what it is doing, but I want to know your opinion down below. Remember, we have a gripe video about what we didn't like. Check that one out, because I definitely will be making that. Live long and prosper. Stay safe out there, Space Cowboys, and welcome to Patch 29. Yeah, weird.
Remember, Spock doesn't go on the Enterprise. Live long and prosper. All the best.
An even better outro than the intro for the Empire and glory to your house.